A crack formed across the fabric of reality. Silent, impossible, and glowing with power no world was prepared to understand. It split the sky above New York City like a wound in existence itself, shimmering with colors that had no names, pulsing with energy that made every electromagnetic device within 3 miles scream in protest. Traffic lights exploded, cell phones died, and then 2 figures fell through the rift. They plummeted toward Central Park, trailing flames and cosmic energy, their descent so violent that the air itself ignited. The ground shook when they impacted, a double crater appearing in the great lawn that sent shockwaves rippling outward, shattering windows half a mile away. Tourists screamed, joggers fled, and deep beneath Vought Tower, every alarm in the corporation's security system began shrieking at once. Goku pushed himself up from the smoking crater, dirt cascading off his orange gi as he shook his head, disoriented. His black hair was wild, his dark eyes scanning the unfamiliar skyline with confusion. "Vegeta, you okay?" "I'm fine, Kakarot," Vegeta growled, rising from his own impact point 20 feet away. His blue Saiyan armor was scuffed but intact, his widow's peak disheveled. "Where the hell are we?" The dimensional rift above them collapsed with a sound like reality sobbing, sealing shut and leaving only clear blue sky. Goku reached out with his ki sense, searching for familiar energy signatures, Whis, Beerus, any of the Z fighters. Nothing. Just millions of weak life forces and something else. Unnatural energies, dozens of them scattered across the city, stronger than humans but wrong somehow, artificial. "This isn't Universe 7, Vegeta muttered, arms crossed as he surveyed the gathering crowd. People were filming them with strange devices, shouting questions, keeping their distance. No key signatures worth mentioning. What kind of pathetic universe did we fall into? Before Goku could answer, the sound of air displacement made them both turn. 7 figures descended from the sky in perfect formation, their landing coordinated, theatrical. The leader touched down at the crater's edge. A tall man in a suit of red, white, and blue. An American flag as a cape, blonde hair perfect despite the wind. His smile was white and bright and utterly hollow. "Well, well," Homelander said, his voice carrying effortlessly across the park. "Looks like we've got some illegal aliens who forgot to check in with customs." The crowd laughed nervously. Cameras from news helicopters circled above, broadcasting everything live. "I'm Homelander. We're the 7, and you two just made a big fucking mistake." Goku blinked, scratching his head. Sorry about the mess. We didn't mean to crash here. We were investigating something for Whis, and then..." "I don't care about your backstory, Bruce Lee," A-Train interrupted, vibrating in place, his lightning bolt suit gleaming. "You just destroyed public property. You're coming with us." Vegeta's eyes narrowed dangerously. "Watch your tone, insect." Starlight stepped forward, her costume's star pattern glowing faintly. Unlike the others, genuine concern crossed her face. "Look, we can sort this out peacefully. Are you hurt? Does anyone need medical attention?" "Stand down, Starlight," Homelander ordered, his smile never wavering, but his eyes flickering red for just an instant. "Our new friends here need to understand how things work." He turned back to Goku and Vegeta. "In this world, I'm the strongest there is. I'm the hero, And when unknown hostiles crash into my city, they kneel, or they learn why everyone fears. Vegeta moved faster than any of the seven could track. One moment he was in the crater, the next he was standing inches from Homelander's face, arms still crossed, expression bored. "You were saying something about fear." Homelander's smile cracked. His eyes blazed crimson, twin beams of superheated energy erupting toward Vegeta's face at point-blank range. The Saiyan prince didn't blink. The heat vision struck his cheek and simply stopped, dissipated, like a flashlight against a mirror. "Impossible," Homelander whispered. "Weak," Vegeta replied, flicking Homelander's forehead. The impact sent Homelander rocketing backward, tumbling through the air before he caught himself, hovering 50 feet away. His perfect hair was disheveled. His expression was pure shock, transitioning rapidly to rage. "Kill them!" The seven attacked as one. A-Train blurred forward, throwing a punch at super speed that would have liquefied a normal human skull. Goku caught his fist casually with 2 fingers. "Wow, you're pretty fast. But you should see my friend Icepo. He's way..." A-Train screamed, trying to pull away, his entire arm going numb from the impossible grip. Black Noir launched a barrage of knives that shattered against Vegeta's chest without leaving scratches. The Deep looked confused and stayed back. Starlight's energy blasts washed over Goku like warm rain, and he actually smiled. "Hey, that tickles!" Queen Maeve charged with her sword, the blade forged to cut through reinforced steel. It broke against Vegeta's forearm with a metallic shriek. "What are you?" she gasped. "Annoyed," Vegeta said, releasing a tiny fraction of his ki. The golden aura that erupted around him sent the seven scattering backward, the raw pressure making the air itself scream. News helicopters spun out of control. The crowd in Central Park was blown back like leaves. And across the city, in a basement hideout in Brooklyn, Billy Butcher watched the live feed with growing fascination. "Oi," he said, leaning forward. "Huey, tell me you're seeing this." On screen, Goku had powered up as well, his aura blue and divine. God Kai radiating outward in waves that made reality itself shudder. Homelander tried to blast them again. Heat vision at full power. Both beams struck Goku's raised palm and were absorbed harmlessly, leaving not even a scorch mark on his skin. "Yeah," Huey whispered, staring at the screen. "Billy, I think those guys might actually be stronger than Homelander." Butcher's grin was slow and savage. "No, son, those cunts aren't just stronger. They're so far beyond Homelander he's a fucking ant at a dinosaur convention." He grabbed his jacket. "Get the others. We're going to make some very interesting friends." In Vought Tower, deep in a secure laboratory, Dr. Vogelbaum watched the same footage, his mind already racing. "Get me samples from that crater. Hair, blood, anything. If we can synthesize Compound V from their DNA." He smiled. "Gentlemen, we've just found the future of superhuman evolution." And in the sky above Central Park, Homelander floated alone, his hands trembling, his perfect face twisted with something he'd never truly felt before. Fear. Homelander's mind fractured like glass under pressure. For 20 years, he had been the apex, the strongest, the most powerful being on Earth. Presidents begged for his attention, Armies feared his shadow. Children worshipped him. The world itself bent to his will because nothing could challenge him until 30 seconds ago. "You think you can embarrass me?" His voice cracked, the all-American hero persona dissolving like sugar in acid. "You think you can come to my world and make me look weak?" The red glow in his eyes intensified, heat building to temperatures that had melted bank vaults and evaporated humans. "I'll fucking vaporize you!" He unleashed everything. Both eyes at maximum output, beams so hot they ionized the air, turned oxygen to plasma, beams that had cut through buildings like they were made of tissue paper. They struck Vegeta square in the chest. Vegeta looked down at his armor, brushed away a speck of dust, then looked back up with withering contempt. "Are you finished throwing your tantrum?" Goku stepped forward, hands raised peacefully. "Hey, listen, we don't want trouble. We're just trying to figure out where we are and how to get—" Homelander screamed, an inhuman sound of pure ego death, and flew at Goku with all his considerable speed. To the Seven, to the watching millions, to every person on Earth, Homelander was a blur, a red, white, and blue missile moving faster than sound. To Goku, he was moving in slow motion. The Saiyan sidestepped, and Homelander sailed past, unable to course correct. Vegeta caught him by the cape mid-flight, yanking him to a stop with the casual ease of grabbing a misbehaving child. Homelander flailed, firing heat vision wildly in all directions. One beam carved through a news helicopter. Oh no! Goku's hand shot up. A ki blast, tiny, controlled, precise, intercepted the falling helicopter, slowing its descent until it settled gently on the grass. The pilot inside sat frozen in shock, unsure whether to thank his savior or flee. "Kakarot, focus!" Vegeta snapped, still holding the thrashing Homelander at arm's length. "This pathetic excuse for a fighter aside, we need to figure out where that rift dumped us." Queen Maeve struggled to her feet, sword arm numb. She'd fought gods, or what Vought called gods. She'd trained against every combat scenario, but watching these two treat Homelander like an annoying insect rewrote everything she thought she knew about power. "Stand down!" she shouted to the others. "Everyone, stand down!" A-Train was already gone, having vibrated away the moment his arm went numb. Black Noir circled cautiously, analyzing, calculating. Starlight stood frozen between horror and hope. These beings had just humiliated Homelander without even trying. The Deep looked like he wanted to be literally anywhere else. "Let me go!" Homelander's voice pitched higher, desperation bleeding through. He grabbed Vegeta's wrist and squeezed with all his might, enough pressure to pulverize diamonds. Vegeta's expression didn't even flicker. "You're making a scene," Vegeta said coldly. "And you're boring me." He released the cape. Homelander shot upward, desperate for distance, for breathing room, for the sky where he was always supreme. He hovered 300 feet up, chest heaving, mind reeling. Below, the two strangers stood calmly in their craters, looking up at him with complete disinterest. One was brushing dirt off his strange orange clothing, the other was examining the city skyline with crossed arms. Every camera in America was watching. Every person in Vought Tower, every politician, every rival corporation, every hero and villain and civilian. They'd all just seen Homelander, the greatest superhero in history, get manhandled like a child. In the Vought control room, Ashley Barrett's face had gone bone white. "Get Stan Edgar on the line, now, and somebody kill those fucking camera feeds." "Too late," a technician whispered. "It's already gone viral. 50 million views in 2 minutes. Stan Edgar himself appeared in the doorway, immaculate in his suit, expression unreadable. He watched the screens showing Homelander hovering above the strangers, watched replays of heat vision failing, of impossible speed and strength. "Don't kill the feeds," he said quietly. "Spin it. Make this a team-up." Homelander was testing them, assessing the threat. Get marketing on it immediately. "Sir, the data from the crash site," a scientist began. "I've seen it." Edgar's eyes gleamed. "Energy readings that exceed our entire nuclear arsenal. Biological samples that our scanners can barely classify. Gentlemen, those two individuals represent either the greatest threat or the greatest opportunity Vought has ever encountered." He turned to Ashley. "I want a team on site. Friendly approach, gifts, PR, the full VIP treatment, if we can bring them into the fold." "And if we can't?" Ashley asked. Edgar was silent for 3 seconds. "Then we pray they leave quickly." Back in Central Park, Goku was trying to talk to the remaining 7 members. "So, you guys are heroes? Like, you protect people?" His tone was genuinely curious, with no trace of judgment. Starlight nodded slowly, unsure how to process beings who could treat Homelander like an insect, yet seemed nice. "That's right. We're the 7, the world's greatest heroes. Or, that's what Vought says anyway." Bitterness crept into her voice. "Vought!" Vegeta's attention sharpened. "Some kind of ruling authority?" "A corporation," Queen Maeve said carefully. She was assessing these two constantly, warrior instinct recognizing predators who weren't currently hunting. "They created us. Well, enhanced us. With compound fire." "Created?" Goku's confusion was evident. "You mean you weren't born with your powers?" Before anyone could answer, 6 black SUVs screeched into the park, disgorging Vought security teams and what looked like military contractors. They formed a perimeter, weapons trained not on Goku and Vegeta, but outward, protecting them. A woman in an expensive suit emerged, her smile professional and cold. "Gentlemen," she called out, walking forward with practiced confidence. "On behalf of Vought International, let me be the first to officially welcome you to Earth. I'm Ashley Barrett, Vice President of Hero Management. We'd love to discuss making your stay comfortable. Perhaps we could talk somewhere more private. Full hospitality. Anything you need, our treat." Vegeta's laugh was sharp and mocking. "They're already trying to collar us, Kakarot." "I'm sure it's just—" Goku started. "It's not," Starlight interrupted quietly, urgently. "Whatever they're offering, there's a price. There's always a price with Vought." High above, Homelander watched the scene unfold, his hands clenched into white-knuckled fists, his jaw tight enough to crack teeth. The cameras were still on him. The world was still watching. And for the first time in his life, Homelander understood what it meant to be insignificant. It felt like dying. Billy Butcher didn't do subtle when it mattered. He crashed through the Vought security perimeter in a stolen van. At the wheel, Frenchie hanging out the passenger window with a megaphone duct-taped to a speaker system that screamed feedback. "Oi, Goku, Vegeta! Whoever the fuck you are." Butcher's voice boomed across Central Park, distorted and deliberate. "Don't trust these Vought cunts. They'll cut you open and sell your parts." Security teams spun, raising weapons. Ashley's perfect composure shattered. "Stop them! Stop them now!" But Huey was already sprinting from the opposite direction, tablet held high, projecting footage onto a portable screen powered by a car battery. "Look! Just look what they do!" The images flickered to life. Surveillance footage of Compound V trials, children convulsing, bodies rupturing, Homelander's heat vision carving through a subway full of civilians that Vought had buried, covered up, paid off. Goku's expression darkened as he watched. He'd seen evil before. Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu. But this was different. This was cruelty wrapped in smiles, atrocities hidden behind heroic branding. "Those are kids. You experimented on kids?" "That footage is classified corporate property," Ashley shrieked, gesturing frantically. "These are terrorists. The boys, they're wanted criminals. They dash. They're the only honest bastards in this whole rotten city." A new voice interrupted. Starlight had stepped forward, her jaw set. "Everything on that screen is real. I've seen Vaught's files, the bodies, the cover-ups." She looked at Goku and Vegeta directly. "Whatever you are, wherever you're from, Vought will use you. They'll study you, weaponize you, or kill you, probably all three." The Vought security teams shifted nervously. These weren't normal rent-a-cops. These were private military contractors, enhanced with low-grade Compound 5, carrying weapons designed to put down rogue soups. But they'd all watched the footage from 30 seconds ago. They'd all seen what happened to Homelander. No amount of money was worth betting against these two. Vegeta walked toward the van, his boots crunching on scorched grass. Butcher climbed out, meeting his gaze without flinching, a normal human staring down a being who could atomize him with a thought. The Saiyan Prince respected that kind of spine. "You've got 30 seconds to convince me you're worth listening to," Vegeta said flatly. Butcher grinned, savage and knowing. "Homelander, that flying cunt in the flag costume, he's murdered thousands. Vought covers it up, pays off families, buries evidence. He's a narcissistic psychopath with the power of a god and the emotional control of a toddler." He jerked his thumb at the sky where Homelander still hovered, watching. "You embarrassed him in front of the whole world. He'll never forgive that. He'll come for you when you're weak, distracted, or he'll go after anything you care about." "I don't care about anything in this universe," Vegeta said. "We're leaving as soon as we figure out how." "Then you better figure it out fast, mate, because Vaught's already collecting samples from your crash site." Frenchie appeared beside Butcher, holding up a tablet showing real-time footage of hazmat teams scraping residue from the craters. "They'll synthesize your DNA, weaponize it, create abominations with your power and none of your control." Goku appeared beside Vegeta instantly, making Butcher flinch despite himself. "Is that true?" The Saiyan's normally cheerful demeanor had vanished, replaced by something cold and focused. "They can copy our abilities." MM stepped forward, adjusting his cap. "Compound V works by altering DNA, introducing foreign genetic material that grants powers. If they can isolate whatever makes you to you, they'll inject it into soldiers, children, whoever they can get away with. You think Homelander's bad? Imagine 100 of him with your strength. The temperature dropped, not literally, but everyone in the park felt it. The shift in atmosphere as Goku and Vegeta's casual tolerance transformed into active threat assessment. Vegeta's eyes narrowed to slits. Where is this Vought headquarters? Absolutely not, Queen Maeve said, stepping between them and the van. You can't just attack Vought Tower. There are thousands of civilians working there. Families, people who have nothing to do with... She's right, Goku said quietly, his hand on Vegeta's shoulder. We need more information first. We need to understand this world before we start breaking things. Wise words from the space monkey, Butcher said approvingly. Look, we've got a safe house. Food, intel, everything you need to know about this fucked up world you've landed in. Come with us. Spend a few hours learning the landscape, then decide who deserves what. Ashley had been frantically texting throughout the exchange. Now she stepped forward again, her voice taking on a desperate edge. Gentlemen, please. Whatever they're telling you, it's incomplete, biased. Yes, Vought has made mistakes, but we're also responsible for saving millions of lives. The Seven have stopped terrorist attacks, natural disasters, crimes that would have... While staging some of those attacks yourselves, Starlight interrupted coldly. I have the files, Ashley. I've seen everything. You're in breach of your contract. Fuck my contract. The standoff crystallized. Vought security on one side, weapons trained but hands shaking. The boys clustered around their van, outnumbered but defiant. Starlight and Queen Maeve caught between loyalty and truth. And in the center, two alien warriors trying to navigate a moral landscape that made no sense. Homelander chose that moment to descend, landing 50 feet away with calculated force that cracked concrete. His smile was back, but it was all teeth and murder. Here's what's going to happen. Those two are coming with us. Vought will handle this properly, legally, through the correct channels. And you, he pointed at Butcher, are under arrest for domestic terrorism. Go fuck yourself, Butcher replied cheerfully. Homelander's eyes glowed red. I was hoping you'd say that. He fired. The heat vision lanced toward Butcher's head, meant to vaporize skull and brain in an instant. Goku moved faster than human eyes could follow, his hand intercepting the beam, catching it like water, dispersing it harmlessly into the air. That's enough, Goku said, his voice carrying an edge that made even Vegeta glance over. I don't know much about your world yet, but I know murder when I see it. Homelander's smile finally, completely died. You're choosing them? Terrorists over heroes? Vegeta snorted. I haven't seen any heroes yet. Just corporate slaves and one weakling with delusions of grandeur. The choice was made. Butcher's grin could have split his face in half. Welcome to the bloody revolution, boys. Now let's get out of here before the military shows up with their actual toys. The safe house was a converted warehouse in Brooklyn, reeking of sweat, gun oil, and Frenchie's experimental explosives. MM had protested bringing two unknown super beings to their headquarters, but Butcher overruled him with characteristic recklessness. Now Goku sat cross-legged on a worn couch, devouring his 7th pizza while watching footage on multiple screens. Vegeta stood by the window, arms crossed, analyzing the city skyline with tactical precision. So, let me get this straight, Goku said between bites, tomato sauce on his cheek. These Vought people inject humans with this compound V stuff, give them powers, then turn them into celebrities who sell merchandise and do commercials. Nail on the head, mate, Butcher confirmed, pouring himself a whiskey. But the real money isn't in action figures. It's in military contracts. Vought licenses soups to governments, corporations, anyone with enough cash. Homelander alone is worth billions as a strategic deterrent. Huey pulled up another file. And they control everything. The media, the government, the courts. Anyone who speaks out against them disappears, gets discredited, or has a convenient accident involving a soup. Kimiko signed rapidly, and Frenchie translated. She says she was forced to take Compound 5 by the Shining Light Liberation Army. Turned into a weapon against her will, many others like her. Children stolen, enhanced, enslaved. Vegeta's jaw tightened. He'd been enslaved once, forced to conquer planets for Frieza. The parallels weren't lost on him. And this Homelander creature is their strongest asset. Was, said pointedly, cleaning his pistol with methodical care. Until you two showed up and bitch-slapped him in front of 3 billion people. He pulled up real-time social media feeds. Look at this. Homelander. Week is trending worldwide. Vaught's stock dropped 18% in 3 hours. You've done more damage to their empire in one afternoon than we've managed in 5 years. Good, Vegeta said coldly. No, not good, countered. Cornered animals are dangerous. Cornered corporations with unlimited resources and unstable superweapons are apocalyptic. Vought won't just come at you directly. They'll manipulate everything. Frame you as alien invaders, turn public opinion, make you the villains. As if on cue, every screen in the warehouse switched to a breaking news broadcast. Stan Edgar sat behind a mahogany desk, the picture of composed authority. Behind him, the Vought logo gleamed. Citizens of Earth, he began, voice smooth as silk and twice as dangerous. Earlier today, 2 unidentified beings entered our atmosphere through what our scientists classify as an extra-dimensional breach. While we initially hoped for peaceful contact, these entities have now allied themselves with known terrorist organization, The Boys, responsible for numerous attacks on American heroes and infrastructure. Oh, you absolute cunt, Butcher breathed. Edgar continued. We've analyzed energy signatures from the landing site. The readings are concerning. These beings possess capabilities that could, if hostile, pose an extinction-level threat to humanity. Therefore, I'm announcing a partnership with the Department of Defense to ensure public safety. Effective immediately, any information leading to the location of these entities will be rewarded. We urge citizens to report. Vegeta put his fist through the screen. Sparks flew. The other monitors kept broadcasting. They just painted targets on your backs, said unnecessarily. Every soup, every wannabe hero, every bounty hunter in the country is about to come for you. Let them come, Vegeta growled. Goku set down his pizza, his expression serious. This is exactly what happened on Namek, and Earth, and every other planet where someone tried to control or weaponize power they didn't understand. He looked at Butcher. You said they're collecting samples from our crash site. Can we stop that? Already gone, Huey said, pulling up satellite imagery. Vought teams cleared out the entire area. Soil samples, crater fragments, anything you might have bled on. It's all in their labs now." "Which labs?" Vegeta's voice was ice. Frenchie pulled up a schematic. Vought has 17 research facilities worldwide, but their primary genetic research division is in the tower basement. Sub-levels 7 through 12. Military-grade security, fail-safes, the works. "Not anymore," Vegeta said, already moving toward the door. Goku grabbed his arm. "Wait, if we just storm in, innocent people might get hurt. Scientists, janitors, people who are just doing their jobs." "Then we do it smart," Butcher interjected, a plan already forming behind his eyes. "Frenchie, can you forge security credentials?" "Please, I could forge God's birth certificate." You still have contacts in Vaught's lower management?" "Maybe. Depends on who's still alive and who's been promoted." Butcher turned to the Saiyans. "Here's the play. We get you inside disguised as special consultants. Edgar's already spun this as a potential partnership, so we use that. You're cooperating with their research. Once inside, we locate the samples, destroy everything, and extract before they know what hit them." "I don't do disguises," Vegeta said flatly. "Then you're the distraction," Butcher countered. "You walk in the front door, loud and angry, demanding a meeting with Edgar. While they're scrambling to manage you, Goku goes in through the service entrance with Huey and Kimiko." Goku nodded slowly. "I can sense life energy. I can make sure we avoid civilians." Shook his head. "This is insane. You're talking about infiltrating the most secure building in America." "We've broken into Frieza's ship," Goku said cheerfully. "This can't be harder than that." Before anyone could respond, the warehouse door exploded inward. Black Noir stood in the smoking entrance, flanked by a dozen enhanced soldiers in tactical gear. Behind them, another figure stepped forward, a woman in a sleek black suit with glowing blue eyes. "Stormfront 2.0, Butcher hissed. "Fuck, they rebuilt her." The woman smiled, electricity crackling between her fingers. "Billy Butcher, the boys, and our two very special guests." Her accent was thick, Germanic. "Vought sends its regards, and an invitation you can't refuse." Vegeta cracked his knuckles. Finally, I was getting bored. The soldiers raised weapons, not conventional firearms, but something worse. Frenchie recognized the design immediately. "Radiation guns. They're betting your alien biology has weaknesses." The soldiers fired. Purple energy beams lanced through the warehouse. Vegeta didn't dodge. The beam struck his chest and simply stopped, fizzled. The radiation that would have liquefied a normal human's organs was absorbed harmlessly into his Saiyan biology, evolved over millennia on a planet with a red sun and harsh conditions. "My turn," Vegeta said, grinning savagely. His Kai exploded outward, a golden wave of pure power that shattered windows, crumpled weapons, and sent every enhanced soldier flying backward like leaves in a hurricane. Black Noir tried to hold his ground, feet digging into concrete. Kimiko moved to attack him. "No!" shouted. "If we kill Vought assets here, we prove Edgar's story." Goku appeared beside Black Noir in an instant, two fingers pressed to the silent assassin's forehead. "Sorry about this. Instant transmission." They both vanished. Black Noir reappeared 3 seconds later in the middle of the Hudson River, 5 miles from shore, his armor pulling him down into dark water. Goku returned to the warehouse with a sheepish grin. He'll be fine. Probably. Stormfront 2.0 stared at the space where her backup had been, then at the Saiyans, her genetically enhanced mind recalculating threat assessments. Teleportation. They didn't mention that. She raised her hands in mock surrender. Perhaps we can discuss this civilized. Save it, Butcher interrupted, shotgun trained on her head. You're one of Vaught's pet Nazis. We know exactly what you're here for. Actually, she said, lowering her hands slowly, I'm here to deliver a message from Homelander himself. Her smile was cruel. He's at Mercy Hospital right now, pediatric ward. Says if you two don't surrender yourselves to Vought custody within the hour, he starts visiting one room at a time. The temperature in the warehouse plummeted. Goku's cheerful demeanor evaporated completely. He's threatening children. He's demonstrating leverage, Stormfront 2.0 corrected. Your powers are impressive, but you're new here. You don't know the city, can't be everywhere at once. And Homelander, he's very, very fast when he wants to be. Could hit 5 hospitals before you reach the first one. Vegeta's aura flared golden, Super Saiyan transformation erupting involuntarily from pure rage. The warehouse groaned, metal beams bending from pressure alone. Give me one reason I shouldn't erase you from existence right now. Because I have the hospital locations, she said calmly, pulling out a phone. Encrypted. Kill me, and Homelander proceeds with no warning. MM stepped forward, his voice deadly quiet. Homelanders killed before. Lots, but always with plausible deniability, always covered up. If he massacres a children's hospital on live TV, even Vought can't spin that. Can't they? Huey pulled up new footage flooding social media. Deep fakes, AI-generated videos showing Goku and Vegeta destroying buildings, attacking civilians, emerging from the dimensional rift with declared hostile intent. They're already rewriting the narrative, seeding evidence that you're invaders. By the time Homelander acts, half the country will think he's defending humanity. Frenchie was typing frantically on his laptop. Mercy Hospital, East Side. I'm pulling up security feeds now. The screens flickered to life, showing hospital corridors, the pediatric ward, and there, standing in the hallway with his hands clasped behind his back, smiling at a nurse, was Homelander. The nurse looked terrified. Goku placed 2 fingers to his forehead. I'm ending this now. Wait! Butcher grabbed his arm. Think, mate. You teleport in there. Homelander hears you appear. He does exactly what he threatened before you can stop him. He's fast enough and crazy enough. Then what do you suggest? Vegeta snarled, golden aura still crackling. We negotiate with terrorists? We outplay them, Butcher said, his mind working at fever pitch. Stormfront here is transmitting our location back to Vought right now, yeah? He looked at the Nazi soup. How am I doing? She shrugged. Your electromagnetic shielding is primitive. They've had your position since I walked in. Perfect. Butcher turned to MM. Call your contact at the Daily Beast. Tell them we're about to give them the story of the century. To Huey, get every piece of evidence we have on Homelander's murders, Vaught's experiments, everything. Upload it to every platform simultaneously. WikiLeaks, encrypted torrents, the works. Billy, that's our entire arsenal, MM protested. We burn that. We've got nothing left for... We're past incremental warfare, Butcher roared. These two change the game whether we like it or not. Vaught's going nuclear, so we go supernova. We expose everything right now, while the whole world's watching. Kimiko signed rapidly. Frenchie translated. She asks what stops Homelander from killing children anyway? Out of spite? Goku looked at Vegeta. We split up. I go to the hospital. You hit Vought Tower, destroy the genetic samples. We do both simultaneously. That's what they want, MM warned. Divide and conquer. Get you separated so... So what? Vegeta interrupted coldly. You think anything in this universe can actually hurt us? He powered down, his hair returning to black, aura fading. Kakarot's right. We handle both problems at once. I'll make Vought regret ever learning our names. Stormfront 2.0 laughed. You really think it's that simple? That you're the first powerful beings Vaught's dealt with? They have contingencies, weapons, things you can't imagine. Like what? Goku asked genuinely. You said your strongest person is Homelander. And well, he's not that strong. No offense. None taken, she said, her smile widening. But Homelander isn't the only card Vaught's holding. Why do you think they were so eager to get your genetic material? Her eyes gleamed with fanatic fervor. Even now, in their accelerated growth chambers, Subject Kakarot is maturing. 23% Saiyan DNA successfully integrated with stabilized compound V. Your strength, your durability, combined with none of your restraint. The warehouse went silent. You're bluffing, Huey said weakly. Am I? Stormfront 2.0 pulled up a video on her phone. The footage showed a containment chamber, reinforced walls 3 feet thick. Inside, something moved, humanoid, muscular, crackling with golden energy that looked wrong, unstable, like lightning trying to hold a solid shape. It punched the wall. The impact shook the camera. 72 hours to full maturation, Stormfront 2.0 continued. Vaught's greatest creation, a perfect soldier with your alien genetics and our controlled psychology. She paused. Unless, of course, you surrender now. Help us stabilize the process. In exchange, Homelander stands down. The children live. Everyone wins. Vegeta studied the footage with cold, analytical eyes. That thing has maybe 1% of my power, if that. For now, she agreed. But it's learning, growing, and unlike you, it has no moral qualms about collateral damage. She held up her phone. Clock's ticking, 43 minutes until Homelander gets impatient. Goku looked torn. The eternal struggle between protecting immediate lives and stopping long-term threats. Vegeta had no such conflict. Kakarot, take your fingers off your forehead and listen to me, the Saiyan Prince said. We don't negotiate. Not with her, not with Vought, not with anyone. You go save those children. I'll destroy their lab and whatever abomination they're growing. His eyes hardened. And if this Homelander wants to play games with innocent lives, I'll show him what real power does to those who deserve it. Vegeta, no arguments. Move. Now. Goku hesitated one more second, then nodded. Try not to kill everyone. No promises. They vanished simultaneously. Goku to Mercy Hospital, Vegeta straight through the warehouse roof toward Vought Tower, his golden aura visible for miles, a declaration of war streaking across the New York skyline. Butcher lowered his shotgun with a long exhale. Well, we've properly fucked the hornet's nest now. Goku materialized in the pediatric ward hallway, his sudden appearance making the terrified nurse scream. Homelander stood 15 feet away, his smile widening with genuine delight. Between them, the corridor stretched past rooms filled with children, cancer patients, accident victims, kids hooked to machines that kept fragile hearts beating. "There he is," Homelander announced cheerfully, spreading his arms. "The great and powerful Goku, here to save the day." His voice dripped with theatrical mockery. "I was beginning to think you didn't care." "Let these people go," Goku said quietly, his stance relaxed but ready. "Your problem's with me, not them." "My problem?" Homelander's laugh was high and brittle. "My problem is that you made me look weak, in front of everyone. Do you have any idea what that feels like? 20 years of being the strongest, the best, the most feared, and you show up and treat me like I'm nothing." "I don't want to fight you," Goku said truthfully. "I just want to make sure everyone's safe." Homelander's eyes flickered red. "Then kneel, right here, right now. Tell everyone watching." He gestured to his body cam, broadcasting live, "that I'm the superior being, that you submit to my authority. Do that, and maybe I let everyone walk away." Goku's expression hardened. "That's not going to happen." "Then we have a problem." Homelander moved first, heat vision lancing toward a window that looked into a room where 3 children lay sleeping. Goku flickered, appeared in front of the window, his hand absorbing the beam. But Homelander was already gone, moving at his maximum speed, not toward Goku, but down the hallway toward the nurse who'd been frozen in terror. Goku appeared between them, catching Homelander's punch. The shockwave shattered windows, set off every alarm in the building. "Stop this! Make me!" Homelander hissed, firing heat vision point blank at Goku's face. It was like spitting on a mountain. Goku's other hand came up, grabbed Homelander by the throat, and before the soup could react, they were gone. Instant transmission carrying them both 3 miles straight up into the stratosphere. Homelander gasped as thin air hit his lungs, as cold bit through his suit, as for the first time in his life he experienced being completely, utterly helpless in someone else's grip. "Listen to me," Goku said, his voice calm but absolute. "I know you're hurting. I know what it's like to meet someone stronger and have your whole worldview shatter. But threatening innocent people? That's not strength. That's cowardice." Homelander's face twisted with rage and something worse. Tears. Actual tears. "You don't know anything about me. I'm Homelander. I'm the hero. I'm supposed to be—" "You're supposed to be better than this," Goku interrupted. "You have all this power, and you use it to scare people? To hurt them when they don't worship you?" He shook his head sadly. "I've fought evil beings across universes. You're not evil. You're just broken." "Fuck you!" Homelander screamed, clawing at Goku's wrist, heat vision firing desperately, uselessly. "Fuck you!" Goku sighed and flicked Homelander's forehead, gentle by his standards, devastating by any human measure. The soup's eyes rolled back, and he went limp. Goku adjusted his grip, cradling the unconscious Homelander almost gently, and teleported them both to a remote field in upstate New York, far from civilians. He set Homelander down in the grass and sat beside him, waiting for him to wake. Meanwhile, Vegeta crashed through Vought Tower's reinforced windows on Sublevel 9. His entrance so violent that 3 floors worth of security systems simultaneously failed. Alarms shrieked. Blast doors slammed shut. Automated turrets emerged from walls, firing armor-piercing rounds that shattered harmlessly against his aura. "Vought!" Vegeta's voice boomed through the facility. "I've come for my genetic material. You have 10 seconds to point me toward your labs before I start removing floors." Scientists scattered like roaches. Security teams in enhanced armor moved to intercept, well-trained, well-equipped, and completely outclassed. Vegeta walked through them like they were mist, not even bothering to throw punches. His passive aura alone sent them flying backward, armor crumpling, weapons melting. "Sub-level 12, a scientist screamed from behind a sealed door. "The samples are on sub-level 12. Please don't kill us." Vegeta blasted through the floor, then the next floor, then the next. Concrete and steel parted like paper before focused ki blasts. He emerged in a massive laboratory, hundreds of feet across, filled with equipment that hummed with power, growth chambers containing dozens of experiments, and in the center, a containment cell surrounded by energy barriers. Subject Kakarot floated inside, suspended in azure liquid, its body a grotesque mockery of Goku's. The musculature was right, the height approximately correct, but the eyes glowed with unstable energy, and black veins pulsed beneath translucent skin. It was conscious, watching Vegeta with predatory intelligence. Dr. Vogelbaum stood before the main console, flanked by armed guards. "Prince Vegeta," he said, his voice remarkably steady for a man facing annihilation. "I've studied your cellular structure for 6 hours. Do you know what's fascinating? Your DNA repairs itself, evolves under pressure, becomes stronger after each near-death experience. It's beautiful, revolutionary." "It's mine," Vegeta said coldly, raising his hand. Golden energy crackled. "And you're going to destroy every sample, every piece of data, every backup, or I'm going to demonstrate exactly what Saiyan DNA can do when properly motivated." "I'm afraid I can't do that," Vogelbaum replied. "This research represents humanity's next evolutionary leap. Your genetics could cure diseases, extend lifespans, create a new breed of hero that—" Vegeta's ki blast vaporized the console. Vogelbaum dove behind cover as his guards opened fire uselessly. The prince walked toward the containment cell, analyzing the energy barriers with a tactical eye. "Fascinating," a voice said from behind him. Vegeta spun to find Stan Edgar standing in a doorway, immaculate as always, flanked by A-Train and Queen Maeve. "You're more restrained than I expected. Homelander would have killed everyone on the floor by now." "The day's young," Vegeta replied. "I'm here to negotiate," Edgar continued. "What you see before you is a misunderstanding. We thought you were threats. We reacted accordingly, but perhaps we can find common ground. Vought has resources, technology, transportation, dimensional research. We might be able to help you return home." "In exchange for what? My cooperation, my submission?" Vegeta's laugh was harsh. I've heard this speech before. Frieza made similar offers before I put a hole through him. Subject: Kakarot slammed against the containment barrier, snarling soundlessly. Edgar's expression didn't flicker. Then I suppose we're at an impasse. Because you should know, that creature you're looking at, it's not our only one.
The laboratory floor beneath Vegeta erupted.
6 more containment pods rose from hidden sublevels, each housing a variant of the Kakarot abomination. Some were larger, packed with grotesque muscle. Others were lean and crackling with unstable energy. All of them had the same wrong golden aura, the same black-veined skin, the same hungry, mindless eyes. Compound V is remarkable, Edgar said conversationally, backing toward the exit. It adapts, evolves, interprets genetic instructions creatively. We introduced your Saiyan DNA into our best subjects. The results are inconsistent in stability, but remarkable in raw output. Vegeta assessed the situation with cold, tactical precision. 7 containment pods, each creature registering power levels around 5,000, pathetic by his standards, but more than enough to level cities. Scientists scrambling for exits. A-Train vibrating nervously. Queen Maeve's hand on her sword, her expression conflicted. "You're insane," Maeve said to Edgar. "If those things break containment..." "They won't," Edgar interrupted. "Not unless Prince Vegeta forces our hand. The barriers are keyed to my biometrics. If my heart stops, they all release." He smiled thinly. Mutually assured destruction. A concept I believe you're familiar with. "You're betting I won't kill you?" Vegeta said, energy crackling around his fist. "I'm betting you're not a monster," Edgar countered. "You came here to destroy samples, not massacre civilians. There are 300 Vought employees in this building. If those creatures escape, hundreds of thousands die in the surrounding blocks before they're stopped, if they can be stopped." A-Train found his voice. "Mr. Edgar, with all respect, we need to evacuate." "Stand your ground," Edgar commanded. "This is a negotiation." Vegeta's jaw clenched. He could kill Edgar in a microsecond, could destroy every containment pod before the creatures fully emerged. But Edgar was right about the casualties. These things would rampage before he hunted them all down. And this universe's inhabitants were fragile. A stray energy blast could kill thousands. It was the kind of strategic thinking that kept villains alive. Vegeta hated that it was working. "What do you want?" he asked through gritted teeth. "Cooperation, your genetic material, willingly given. Help us stabilize the formula. In exchange, we destroy these prototypes, return all your samples, and dedicate our dimensional research division to getting you home." Edgar stepped forward slightly. "Your friend Goku seems reasonable, a hero. But you, Prince Vegeta, you understand pragmatism. You know that sometimes the lesser evil prevents the greater catastrophe." Before Vegeta could respond, the entire building shook. Not from internal damage, from something outside. Something massive. Through the shattered windows, golden light blazed. "What now?" Edgar muttered, pulling out his phone. The answer appeared on every screen in the lab. News footage showing downtown Manhattan. Goku was there, but he wasn't alone. Homelander had woken up and he'd stopped playing games. The footage showed Homelander hovering above Times Square. holding a bus, a school bus, dangling it over the street by one hand. His voice boomed through the city, amplified by every speaker Vought controlled. "Goku, I know you can hear me. I know you're watching. Here's the new deal." His smile was manic, all pretense of sanity abandoned. "Every minute you don't surrender to Vought, I drop a vehicle. Cars, buses, planes if I can catch them. Let's see how many you can save." He released the bus. Goku caught it before it fell 3 feet, teleporting it safely to the ground, children inside screaming but alive. But Homelander was already moving, grabbing a taxi, a delivery truck, a subway car he'd ripped from underground. His speed was his weapon now, not attacking Goku directly, but creating impossible choices. "You can't be everywhere," Homelander shrieked, laughing. "Save them, hero! Save them all!" Vegeta watched the screens, his expression murderous. "Kakarot's too soft. He's trying to save everyone, and it's letting that weakling dictate the fight." "Then perhaps," Edgar said carefully, "you should help your friend. Leave the samples, leave the creatures, go save lives. Prove you're not the villains we're painting you as." "You're trying to manipulate me." "I'm trying to prevent a massacre," Edgar corrected. "By everyone involved. Look at your friend's face." Vegeta looked. Goku's expression on screen was strained, desperate, guilt already eating at him every time Homelander grabbed another victim. This was psychological warfare, and the Saiyan, raised on Earth, raised with a conscience, was losing. Queen Maeve stepped forward, her voice urgent. "I'll go. I can help Goku. I know Homelander's patterns, his psychology. Maybe between us we can—" "You'll die," Vegeta said flatly. "The moment Homelander realizes you've betrayed him, he'll put you through a building." "Then I die," Maeve said quietly. "I've been complicit in his atrocities for years. If this is how I make it right—" An explosion rocked the building. Not from outside this time, from within. The boys had arrived. Butcher, MM, Frenchie, and Kimiko burst through the sub-level entrance, weapons drawn, explosives strapped to Frenchie's vest. Behind them, impossibly, was Starlight, her hands glowing with barely contained energy. "Sorry we're late," Butcher announced, surveying the nightmare laboratory. "Had to pick up a rogue member of the Seven who decided to grow a conscience." He looked at the containment pods, the abominations inside. "Fuck me, you lot have been busy." "This area is restricted." A-Train moved to intercept. Kimiko hit him like a freight train, her compound V strength sufficient to make him scream as they tumbled across the lab floor, a blur of violence. "Vegeta!" Starlight called out. "Goku needs help. Homelander's not stable. He'll kill hundreds before—" "I know," Vegeta snapped. He looked at Edgar. "Here's my counteroffer. You release those abominations right now." Everyone froze. "Sir, don't—" Vogelbaum started. "Shut up," Vegeta said, not breaking eye contact with Edgar. "Release them. Let them rampage. Let everyone in this building see what Vought creates when nobody's watching. Let the world see what you're really capable of." Edgar's expression finally showed cracks. "You're bluffing. You won't risk the casualties." "Won't I?" Vegeta's aura exploded, golden and terrible. "I'm not Kakarot. I don't care about your fragile morality, your politics, your precious public image. You wanted to see what Saiyan power looks like? I'll show you. I'll destroy your monsters, your building, your entire legacy, and I'll do it so publicly that Vought will be a curse word by sunset. The Saiyan prince raised his hand, energy gathering. Your move, Edgar. Live with your sins in prison, or die with them in the next 5 seconds. The containment pods began to crack. Not from release protocols, from the creatures inside, sensing the power radiating from Vegeta, driven into frenzy by instinct that recognized a superior predator. Subject Kakarot slammed into its barrier. Once, twice. On the third impact, the containment shattered. Subject Kakarot emerged from its shattered pod in an explosion of azure fluid and unstable energy. Its body was wrong, muscles rippling incorrectly, bones visible through translucent skin, its golden aura flickering like a dying light bulb. But the power radiating from it was real, deadly, uncontrolled. It locked eyes with Vegeta and screamed, a sound that was part human, part animal, part something else entirely. Then it attacked. The creature moved fast, faster than any normal human could track, its fist aimed at Vegeta's face with killing intent. The Saiyan prince didn't move. The punch connected, and the entire laboratory shook from the impact. Vegeta's head hadn't budged an inch. "That's it?" he said coldly. "That's what you created from our DNA?" He caught Subject Kakarot's wrist, twisted, and threw it through 3 sub-level walls with casual brutality. Pathetic. The other 6 pods shattered simultaneously. The abominations poured out, one massive and hulking, another lean and crackling with lightning, a third with bone protrusions jutting from its spine. They didn't coordinate, didn't strategize. They simply attacked everything that moved. "Evacuate!" Maeve screamed, grabbing 2 scientists and physically throwing them toward the exits. "Everyone out!" A train broke away from Kimiko, bleeding from his mouth, and vibrated through walls toward safety. Starlight erected an energy barrier that caught a wild energy blast from one of the creatures, protecting Butcher and his team. "Get to the exits! I'll hold them as long as—" "You'll do nothing," Vegeta interrupted, stepping forward, his golden aura intensified, hair spiking further, muscles bulking slightly. "Super Saiyan, watch carefully. This is the difference between stolen power and earned strength." He moved. To the Vought employees, to Starlight and Maeve, to everyone still in the laboratory, Vegeta simply vanished. One moment standing still, the next, all 7 abominations were airborne, blasted through the ceiling by simultaneous impacts they never saw coming. The Saiyan prince appeared above them in the sky, visible through the massive hole he'd created, his ki blazing like a second sun over Manhattan. "Kakarot!" he shouted, his voice carrying across miles. "I'm handling the monsters. Deal with your weakling." In Times Square, Goku had just saved his 16th vehicle when he heard Vegeta's voice. Relief flooded through him, not because he couldn't handle Homelander's game, but because civilians would stop dying. He looked up at the unstable soup who hovered above, dangling a minivan. "No more games," Goku said quietly. "Your partner's busy. It's just us now, and I'm done being gentle." Homelander's laugh was hysterical. "You think I'm scared of—" Goku appeared in front of him, moving so fast that Homelander's brain couldn't process the transition, one finger pressed against the soup's forehead. "Sleep." The key pulse was precise, calculated, targeted at Homelander's nervous system. The Soup's eyes rolled back, his body going instantly limp. Goku caught the falling minivan, and teleported both to the ground safely. The family inside the van was sobbing, thanking him, but Goku was already looking up at the golden light in the distance. Vegeta needed backup. He placed 2 fingers to his forehead and vanished. The battle above Vought Tower was brief and brutal. The abominations had power, enough to shatter buildings, to trade blows with mid-tier Soups. Against Vegeta, they had nothing. He fought with clinical efficiency, no wasted movement, no excess force. A Kai blast to the chest of the hulking variant, precise, controlled, enough to overload its unstable cells and cause catastrophic failure. It disintegrated mid-air, screaming. The lean lightning creature tried to speed blitz him. Vegeta caught it by the throat and channeled his own energy through its body, shorting out the compound fire in its system. It convulsed and fell, smoking. One by one, they died. Not because Vegeta wanted to kill, though he felt no remorse, but because they were abominations. Failed experiments with no higher brain function, driven only by base instinct and pain. Killing them was mercy. Subject Kakarot was last. It had recovered from being thrown, had learned, impossibly, horrifyingly, from watching Vegeta fight. It dodged the first Kai blast, blocked the second, and actually landed a counterpunch that made Vegeta's head snap sideways. Interesting, Vegeta admitted, working his jaw. You've got some survival instinct buried in there. He powered up further, his aura becoming flame-like, oppressive. But instinct without discipline is just flailing. Subject Kakarot charged, screaming, energy exploding around it in wild, uncontrolled bursts. Vegeta met the charge head-on. Their fists collided, and the shockwave shattered every window in a 6-block radius. The abomination was strong, genuinely strong, but it fought like an animal, predictable, desperate. Vegeta caught its next punch, then its follow-up kick, then grabbed it by the face and drove it downward through the air, accelerating, using the creature's own momentum against it. They impacted Vought Tower's roof at terminal velocity, cratering the reinforced concrete. You could have been something, Vegeta said, standing over the broken abomination. Its body was failing. The stolen Saiyan DNA rejecting the compound phi, cells tearing themselves apart. If they'd done it right, if they'd understood that our power comes from more than genetics. Subject. Kakarot reached up weakly, its hand trembling, its eyes, just for a moment, seeming almost aware, almost sorry. Then it died. Goku appeared beside Vegeta, looking down at the corpse. Was there any other way? No, Vegeta said simply. Vaught's science created monsters with our face. That's on them. He turned to where Stan Edgar was being dragged from the building by Butcher's team, surrounded by news crews that had swarmed the scene. The executive's perfect composure was finally, completely shattered. Federal agents were arriving. Military helicopters circled. The world was watching. "Mr. Edgar," a reporter shouted, "is it true Vought created illegal genetic weapons? Did you experiment on these beings without consent? Are the allegations of human trials accurate?" Edgar said nothing, his lawyer already whispering in his ear, but the damage was done. The footage of the abominations was everywhere. The destroyed laboratory. The evidence Butcher had simultaneously uploaded. Years of Vaught's crimes, all flooding the internet at once. Starlight stepped in front of the cameras, still in her 7 uniform, and said the words that would change everything. "It's all true. Every word. I'm Annie January, and I'm testifying against Vought International. I've seen the experiments, the murders, the cover-ups, and these two," she gestured to Goku and Vegeta, "they're not the monsters. We are." President-elect's office released a statement 30 minutes later. Emergency investigation into Vought International. All superhero activities suspended pending review. The world had changed. But in a secure military bunker 200 miles away, a Vought scientist watched backup feeds from the destroyed laboratory, studying every frame of Vegeta's fight. Analyzing, calculating. "Subject, Kakarot was failure," he muttered. "Too much compound V, not enough Saiyan structure. But now we have combat data, behavior patterns. We can do better." He pulled up files marked classified. Project Evolution. "Next time," he whispered, "we'll get it right." 48 hours after Vought Tower's destruction, the world was still reeling. Stan Edgar was in federal custody. The Seven had officially disbanded. Homelander was in a medically induced coma in an undisclosed facility, under guard by what remained of trusted military soups. And Goku and Vegeta were in a safe house in rural Pennsylvania, trying to figure out how to get home. "The dimensional coordinates are completely scrambled." Bulma's voice crackled through a communicator Frenchie had jury-rigged using salvaged Vought technology. "I can detect your energy signatures across the multiverse, but the rift you came through destabilized the local space-time fabric. It'll take at least a week to calculate a safe extraction point." "A week?" Vegeta growled, pacing like a caged predator. "We've been in this backwards universe for 2 days, and it's already falling apart." "That's not entirely fair," Goku said, sitting cross-legged and eating a sandwich MM had made. "Things were already pretty messed up before we got here." Butcher entered the room, tablet in hand, his expression grim. "Got some news, lads. Good and bad. Good news. Congressional hearings start tomorrow. Vaught's being torn apart from the inside. Starlight's testimony alone is enough to bury them for decades." "And the bad?" Vegeta asked, though his tone suggested he already knew. "Vought had 17 research facilities worldwide. We destroyed one. The other 16... Butcher pulled up satellite imagery. "They've gone dark. Complete communications blackout. Either they're destroying evidence or they're accelerating projects." MM finished, entering behind Butcher. "CIA contacts confirm movement. Genetic material being transported under heavy guard. They're not shutting down, they're consolidating." Huey burst through the door, laptop nearly falling from his hands. Guys, you need to see this." He pulled up a live stream, a press conference, not in New York, but in Geneva. A woman in a pristine white suit stood before a podium bearing an unfamiliar logo, Next Gen Solutions. "Good evening," she said in crisp, accented English. "My name is Dr. Elena Voss, Chief Scientific Officer of Next Gen Solutions. In light of recent events, we believe transparency is paramount. Yes, Next Gen is a subsidiary of Vought International. Yes, we acquired genetic samples from the beings known as Goku and Vegeta. And yes, Her smile was cold, professional, terrifying. "We've achieved what Vought Tower could not." She stepped aside. Behind her, a containment chamber rose from the floor, transparent, reinforced, containing a figure that made Goku's breath catch. It looked exactly like him, not a grotesque approximation like Subject Kakarot. This was perfect. The same height, the same build, the same wild black hair. But its eyes were empty, crystalline blue, and when it moved, there was nothing human in the motion. It was a weapon shaped like a person. "We call him Zenith," Dr. Voss continued. 94% genetic compatibility with the original Goku template, stabilized with third-generation Compound 5 and cybernetic neural enhancement. Unlike previous attempts, Zenith is fully controllable, fully rational, and most importantly, she paused for effect, he can learn. The figure in the containment chamber performed a kata, flowing, perfect, identical to movements Goku had used against the abominations. It had been watching, studying. Next Gen Solutions is proud to offer Zenith's services to the United Nations Security Council, Dr. Voss announced. A new era of peacekeeping, a guardian who cannot be corrupted, cannot be bribed, cannot deviate from mission parameters. He is humanity's answer to superhuman threats, including... Her eyes seemed to look directly through the camera. The originals, should they prove hostile. Vegeta's aura flared involuntarily, cracking the walls of the safe house. "They cloned you." "Not just cloned," Frenchie said, fingers flying across his keyboard as he hacked into Next Gen's public servers. "Look at the patents. Cybernetic control implants. Behavioral conditioning. They took your DNA and built a slave soldier." Goku stood slowly, his usual cheerful demeanor completely gone. "Where is this facility?" "Geneva," Huey said. "But Goku, you can't just..." "They made a person," Goku interrupted quietly, dangerously. "A living being with my face, my power, designed to be controlled, to have no choice, no freedom." His fists clenched. "That's wrong. That's worse than everything else they've done." "It's bait," MM warned. "They know you'll react to this. They're counting on it. This whole press conference is designed to draw you out." "I don't care," Goku said, placing 2 fingers to his forehead. Vegeta grabbed his wrist. "Think, Kakarot. You teleport in there alone. They'll have prepared countermeasures, traps, weapons designed specifically for your physiology. Then come with me." "Obviously," Vegeta released his arm, "but we do this smart. Frenchie, can you hack their systems, find schematics?" "Already working on it," Frenchie replied, screens multiplying across his laptop. "Kimiko, I need your help with the firewalls." An explosion rocked the safe house, not from outside, from within. The wall exploded inward, and through the smoke stepped a figure in black tactical armor, moving with inhuman precision. Zenith had found them first. "Targets acquired," the clone said in Goku's voice, flat, emotionless, wrong. "Initiating capture protocol." It moved at speed that would have vaporized any normal opponent, its fist aimed at Goku's temple. Goku blocked instinctively, the impact sending shockwaves that leveled the entire safe house. Butcher, MM, Huey, Frenchie. All of them were blown backward, only Kimiko's enhanced durability keeping them from being liquefied. "Everyone out!" Vegeta roared. throwing a Kai barrier around the boys to protect them as the roof collapsed. Zenith didn't speak again, it simply fought. Its movements a perfect mirror of Goku's style, but devoid of personality, creativity, the improvisation that made Goku dangerous. It was technique without spirit, power without soul, and it was strong. Genuinely, terrifyingly strong. Goku blocked a kick, countered with a punch. The exchange so fast it created sonic booms. "Please, you don't have to do this. They're controlling you." "I am fulfilling my purpose," Zenith replied, landing a palm strike that sent Goku crashing through a barn. "You are an obsolete prototype. I am the perfected model." Vegeta hit Zenith from the side with a Kai-enhanced punch that would have destroyed mountains. The clone tanked it, slid backward, recalculated, and adapted its stance. Two opponents, adjusting parameters. It split its attention between them flawlessly, blocking Vegeta's follow-up, countering Goku's energy blast, its cybernetic enhancements processing combat data in real time. Every exchange made it marginally better. Faster, more efficient. "Kakarot," Vegeta said, dodging a barrage of ki blasts that Zenith was now copying. "This thing learns from fighting us. The longer this goes—" "I know," Goku said, wiping blood from his lip. Actual blood, the first time he'd been injured in this universe. "We need to end this fast." They powered up simultaneously, golden auras exploding, ascending to Super Saiyan. The raw pressure flattened the surrounding landscape, turned soil to glass, made the air itself scream. Zenith watched, analyzed, and then, impossibly, horrifyingly, its aura flickered gold. "Transformation sequence replicated," it said, engaging enhanced combat mode. Its power doubled, tripled, the stolen Saiyan DNA in its system activating, responding to the same triggers that awakened Super Saiyan in the originals. Dr. Voss's voice came through speakers in Zenith's armor. "Magnificent. The transformation is stable. Zenith, capture protocols are suspended. New objective, eliminate the originals. Show the world who's superior." The clone smiled, a cold mechanical expression that used Goku's face like a mask. "Acknowledged," it said, and attacked with intent to kill. The battle tore across Pennsylvania like a natural disaster. Zenith fought with calculated precision, every movement optimized, every counterattack mathematically perfect. But perfection, Goku and Vegeta had learned across countless battles, was a weakness in itself. "It's not creative," Goku shouted, dodging a Kai blast and countering with a feint that Zenith fell for. "It only knows what it's seen." "Then show it something new," Vegeta roared, his aura shifting from gold to deep blue as he ascended to Super Saiyan Blue. The transformation was instantaneous, his power multiplying exponentially. He hit Zenith with a Kai-enhanced knee strike that sent the clone rocketing into the stratosphere. Goku followed, matching Vegeta's transformation, both Saiyans streaking upward in twin columns of divine energy. They caught Zenith at the edge of space, where the air thinned and stars became visible. The clone was already adapting, its system straining to replicate Super Saiyan Blue, but the god Kai was beyond its understanding, too complex, too spiritual, requiring training and enlightenment that couldn't be programmed. "You're strong," Goku said, genuine sadness in his voice. You could have been amazing if they just let you be your own person. I am my own person, Zenith replied, its voice glitching slightly. I am purpose, function, perfection without the weakness of emotion. That's not what they told you to say, Vegeta interrupted, his eyes narrowing. That pause, that glitch, you're fighting their programming. For just an instant, something flickered in Zenith's crystalline eyes. Something aware, something terrified. Then the cybernetic implants flared, electricity crackling through the clone's neural pathways, and the moment passed. Malfunction corrected, resuming combat operations. It attacked with renewed ferocity, but now Goku and Vegeta understood. They weren't just fighting a clone, they were fighting for one. They fought defensively, blocking rather than countering with lethal force, analyzing Zenith's movements for patterns in the programming. Every few exchanges, those glitches appeared. Microsecond hesitations, smalls that seemed almost questioning, as if some buried part of the clone's mind was trying to understand why it was fighting. The implants, Goku realized. Vegeta, the cybernetics in its brain are overriding its will. Obviously, Vegeta snapped, grabbing Zenith's wrist and twisting, exposing the base of its skull where neural ports gleamed. But if we fry them while they're active, kill him, Goku finished. We need to disable them without destroying the brain. That's a surgical strike. We're not doctors, Kakarot. No, Goku said, an idea forming. But I know someone who is. He placed 2 fingers to his forehead, not to teleport away, but to concentrate. His Kai sense reached out across dimensions, searching for a familiar energy signature. Someone who'd helped him before with precise, impossible tasks. In Universe 7, Whis paused mid-bite of his dessert, his staff glowing faintly. Oh my, Goku's asking for assistance. How unusual. He tapped his staff, and a portal of swirling purple energy opened beside the angel. This should be entertaining. The portal appeared in the sky above Pennsylvania. Whis stepped through with characteristic grace, floating serenely despite the violence erupting around him. Good afternoon, Goku, Vegeta. I see you've gotten yourselves into quite the predicament. Whis! Goku's relief was palpable. Can you disable the implants in this clone's head without killing it? Whis observed Zenith with mild interest as the clone tried and failed to land a hit on him, the angel dodging with minimal movement. Fascinating. A biological copy with cybernetic control systems. Crude work, but ambitious. His staff glowed. Hold it still for approximately 3 seconds. Goku and Vegeta moved as one, their teamwork honed through years of rivalry and partnership. They caught Zenith simultaneously, Goku holding its arms, Vegeta its legs, both channeling just enough power to restrict movement without causing damage. Whis's staff touched Zenith's forehead. Divine energy pulsed, impossibly precise, threading through the clone's neural pathways like light through fiber optics. The cybernetic implants sparked, smoked, and died, not in an explosion, but in a gentle cascade of failing circuits. Zenith's crystalline eyes flickered, blinked, and suddenly, terribly, they were alive. Where? The clone gasped, its voice no longer flat, no longer mechanical. What am I? Why do I? Why do I know things I've never learned? Memories that aren't mine, a life I never... Its existential crisis hit like a tidal wave. Zenith screamed, not in aggression but in horror and confusion and awakening consciousness. Goku caught it as its power destabilized, pulling the clone into a tight embrace. "It's okay," Goku said softly. "You're okay. You're free now." "I'm not okay." Zenith, no, not Zenith anymore, just a confused being with no name, whispered. "I'm not even real. I'm a copy, a weapon. They built me to replace you." "You're as real as anyone," Goku said firmly. "You think, you feel, you're alive. That makes you real. What they intended doesn't matter. What you choose does." Far below, in what remained of the safe house, Butcher watched the scene through binoculars. Bloody hell. They're therapying the clone soldier. "It's actually beautiful," Huey said quietly. "They're giving it what Vought never gave any of their soups. A choice." MM's phone buzzed. His expression darkened as he read. "We've got problems. Next Gen just announced they have 12 more Zenith units in production. They're calling this proof of concept. The UN Security Council is voting on whether to authorize mass deployment." "Of course they are," Vegeta muttered, having descended with the others. He looked up at Goku, still cradling the freed clone in the sky. "Kakarot's going to want to save them all." "Can we?" Starlight asked. She'd arrived with Queen Maeve an hour ago, both former Seven members now wanted by what remained of Vaught's legal apparatus. "The question isn't can we," Maeve said. "It's should we. These clones, if they're freed, they'll have the power to level continents and no training in controlling it. No moral framework, no understanding of consequence." Frenchie pulled up thermal imaging of next-gen facilities. "They're distributed globally. China, Russia, United States, European Union. Everyone wants their own Saiyan super soldier." In the sky, Whis was explaining temporal mechanics to the confused clone, who listened with the desperate attention of someone trying to understand their own existence. "And so you see, while your genetic template may be derived from Goku, your consciousness is entirely your own. Unique, unprecedented." "But I have his memories," the clone said. "His techniques, his copied data is not lived experience," Whis corrected gently. "You know how Goku fought Frieza, but you didn't feel the rage, the desperation, the growth. Knowledge without context is merely information. You must create your own context." Goku floated closer to Vegeta. "We can't leave. Not while there are 11 more of these imprisoned." 12 more facilities, Vegeta corrected. Guarded by militaries. Defended by soups. Surrounded by civilians we apparently care about not vaporizing. He sighed, annoyed at his own conscience. "Fine. We free the clones, but then we leave this universe to clean up its own mess." "Agreed," Goku said, then smiled. "Besides, this could be fun. It's like a worldwide treasure hunt." "It's an international incident waiting to happen," MM said flatly. Butcher's grin was feral. "Then let's make it the best international incident this world's ever seen." The liberation of the Zenith clones took 72 hours and became known as the Cascade Event. 12 simultaneous facility breaches across 4 continents. Goku and Vegeta split up, each taking 6 locations, moving too fast for military response to coordinate. By the time jets scrambled, the Saiyans were already gone. Another clone freed, another facility reduced to rubble. Not all the clones survived. 3 had been terminated by their handlers rather than allow capture, killed remotely through neural implants before Whis could arrive. 4 more were catatonic, their minds shattered by the psychological conditioning. But 5 awakened like the first, confused and traumatized, but alive and free. The world reacted with predictable chaos. The UN declared a state of emergency. Half the Security Council demanded the Saiyans' immediate expulsion or elimination. The other half saw opportunity, beings powerful enough to humble Homelander, principled enough to free slaves rather than conquer. Diplomatic overtures poured in. So did assassination attempts from Vought loyalists and foreign intelligence services. All failed spectacularly. 2 weeks after their arrival, Whis finally stabilized the dimensional coordinates. The portal home shimmered in a secure location, an abandoned military base that Butcher had acquired through creative interpretation of federal authority. The freed Zenith clones stood together, 5 individuals with Goku's face but developing their own mannerisms, their own voices, their own identities. The first freed had taken the name Kairos. The others were still deciding. "What will you do?" Goku asked them. "Learn," Kairos said simply. "We have power we didn't earn, knowledge we didn't live, and a world that fears us. That's a lot to figure out." "Starlight and Maeve have agreed to help train them," Huey explained. "Teach them what being a hero actually means. The real version, not Vaught's version." "And if they choose not to be heroes?" Vegeta asked pointedly. "Then they choose something else," Starlight said. "That's the whole point. Choice." Butcher extended his hand to Goku. "You 2 mad bastards did more in 2 weeks than anyone's done in 20 years. Vaught's finished. Edgar's awaiting trial. Homelander's locked up, and the whole bloody world knows Supes aren't gods. They're people, fallible, corruptible, and very, very mortal." Goku shook his hand, grinning. "Just try to be nicer to each other, okay? You've only got one Earth. Take care of it. And if I find out you've created more abominations with our DNA," Vegeta added coldly, addressing the remaining next-gen executives who'd been captured, "I'll come back. And next time, I won't be subtle." The executives paled. They believed him. MM stepped forward, nodding with respect. "You could have done a lot of damage, could have taken over, ruled, whatever. You didn't. That means something." "We're not conquerors," Goku said simply. "We're just fighters who ended up somewhere we were needed." Frenchie presented them with a gift, a modified communicator. "If you ever want to check on this universe, this will ping the quantum signature. Maybe in a few years, things will be better. Maybe we'll have earned what you gave us." Kimiko signed, and Frenchie translated. "She says thank you, and that you're both insane, but the good kind."